as we head into the weekend. Rain by Sunday night and Halloween.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us on After GMS. Hey, y'all, it's Thursday.
Hey, y'all.
The 27th of October, the last Thursday of the month, and the first Thursday before the last Friday of the month. Get it?
Hold on.
I think so.
What is it?
I need another cup of coffee to sort that one through.
I think she said it was Thursday.
It is, but it's the first Thursday before your last Friday of the month. It makes sense if you really
I got it now.
I got it.
I got
after
it,
the
yeah.
third Wednesday.
Yes.
Just saying.
Well, whatever day of the week it is a beautiful
It's a
morning.
jigsaw.
Look at these sunrises
Reason why.
over Greensboro
Yeah, beautiful.
and Winston-Salem. They're especially beautiful today.
Yeah, really
is there a
nice.
reason?
Just some extra clouds that we have building in over the sky, and of course you get enough sunlight to reflect off those clouds. It really does make for a great sunrise across the Piedmont like we have this morning. Winston-Salem and High Point are really showing out, but I'll tell you, Greensboro and Burlington also look pretty good this morning as well. It's a bit more chilly outside this morning than we have been in recent days too. Temperatures in the upper 40s to near 50 across most of the Piedmont right now. As high pressure builds into the region behind that cold front, we have a northeasterly wind, which yes, brings in the cooler air, but as that high starts to move over to the east a bit and off the coast of New England this weekend, we still have the cool northeast wind, but our wind's going to be coming in off of the ocean. So that could help us produce a bit more cloud cover than we would otherwise. Also, we're going to have our next system forming to our south and to our west, and that'll be heading our way as we go into Sunday night and into your Halloween on Monday. So Friday night football, you're going to be just fine. The A&T homecoming game, also, you're going to be just fine. I do think Sunday is still largely a dry day of weather, but as we get into Sunday night and into Halloween Monday, that's where a better chance for rain is going to come. I think we could see a late day shower on Sunday, and I actually do think Monday, Halloween, especially in the morning through midday and early afternoon, could be quite wet at times with several showers across the Piedmont. I am hopeful that we'll be able to clear it out in time for trick-or-treating on Monday night. I'm not guaranteeing it, but I am very hopeful. I think the trends look pretty good. For us to dry it out in time, it still may be, of course, damp, but as long as it's not pouring down rain, I think we'll be just fine. For today, it's a cooler day of weather with a mix of sun and clouds. We get into the mid-60s for your Thursday afternoon, and then overnight we end up falling back into the low 40s to mid-40s for most of us here in the Piedmont Triad with a partly cloudy sky. We'll be, of course, a bit cooler in the outlying areas, and in the higher elevations, foothills could see upper 30s and low 40s by the time they wake up on Friday morning. I will tell you, a quick checkup on our fall color. The mountains are not the place to go anymore. The parkway, the higher elevations are pretty much toast right now, and also leaves have been falling off the trees. So I would tell you, if you want to see good color, all you got to do is get in the car and drive around for 5-10 minutes. We have some really good color popping out in the Piedmont Triad, and this is always a beautiful stretch right along Highway 220 between Randleman and Asheboro, or the new I-73. It always shows out with color every single year, and Jonathan Jones, a huge thank you to him for sending that photo our way a day or two ago. 7-day forecast is cool. This will actually be the warmest day, I think, until we get into the middle of next week. With the extra cloud cover, we see our temperatures hovering in the low 60s over the weekend. That late day shower chance on Sunday, again, very hopeful we'll be able to clear it out or dry it out in time for trick-or-treating on Monday, Halloween night, and then we are dry. Temperatures pretty comfortable, up near 70 by the middle of next week.
So today celebrates what's on your screen, National Black Cat Day, a day to honor these beautiful felines and dispel the superstitions that might contribute to their low adoption rates.
So these old superstitions equate black cats to bad luck. Today we're focusing on superstitions and wondering what yours are. I don't have any.
That was easy.
Started off, yeah, exactly. You know, some people don't step on cracks because they'll think
Break their mama's back.
Exactly. I don't. Yeah. Now that I'm driving all the time,
Yeah.
and if I'm on the pavement, we don't have sidewalks in our neighborhood, so you know, it's just kind of like, I don't know. I just don't do that. I don't. If I break a mirror though, I do like immediately like oh my gosh, what does that mean? But I don't.
Like throw rice over your shoulder or anything.
So what about you guys? Do you have any superstitions?
Well, I remember hearing about this one growing up, and it kind of stuck in the back of my mind. If you're driving down the highway and a black cat runs out across the road in front of you, you're supposed to mark an X on your windshield, and that is supposed to, I guess, take the evil spirits and throw them in the ditch or something. I don't know. But I have actually found myself doing that.
Really?
A couple of times. I'm not avid about it, but it's just kind of amazing. Black cat runs out in front of you, you just mark an X on your windshield and you're safe.
Interesting. I would have had to do that a lot when I owned my cat, Marble.
Aw.
Yeah, poor little girl.
Yeah.
She's no longer with us. But yeah, I mean, I always had good luck with my black cat.
Yeah.
She's just
Yeah.
the sweetest little thing. She just
Yeah.
liked to crawl right up here and just, oh, it was so great.
I love black cats. I went to the Guilford County Animal Shelter many years ago with the intention of adopting a black cat. Ended up finding my now cat Milo, who stole my heart just because of the way he was acting that day. But I don't think anything is superstitious about them. I've had black cats run in front of my car. Thankfully didn't hit them, but you know, everything was fine that day. It's interesting though, some animal shelters across the country, not necessarily here, I haven't heard of anyone doing this here, but they will put a pause on adopting out black cats, sometimes even all white cats as well, right before Halloween. They're worried about weird people trying to adopt those animals around Halloween time to do bad things like satanic rituals or something. They've not found any evidence suggesting that that actually happens, but it's just a precautionary thing. Hopefully no one, you know, is into anything like that here or even believes that superstition. But unfortunately, black cats do have low adoption rates, I think partly because of this misinformation.
It's not even just like black cats, it's black
Dogs
animals.
too.
Exactly. Which apparently, you know, the color black apparently is associated with bad luck or things, all things bad. But we know that's not the case.
Of course.
What's the other one? You're not supposed to walk under a ladder?
Yeah. What? I forgot the phrase for that one. Walk across the ladder, break a mirror.
I forgot what it is if you walk under a ladder. I don't know how to
It's
fix it
something,
either.
Yeah, there is something to do with the
Just not
ladder.
supposed to do it apparently. And apparently you're not supposed to have an umbrella inside or open
Yeah.
one
Right,
inside.
or open one inside.
But,
But if you don't do that, then you'll get wet when you go outside.
Exactly. Which will probably bring you worse luck.
at least in the moment.
At least in the short term,
Yeah,
anyway.
exactly.
The only superstitious experience I've ever had was when I didn't even know that it was happening, but I had a really kind of series of bad things happen in a day in college. Like it started with spilling hot coffee all over myself, and then I think I was late to class, which hardly ever happened. And so I remember telling my roommate about it at the end of the day, and the look on her face was that of horror. She said, "Oh my gosh, did you really have that bad of a day?" And I said, "Well, yeah, what's wrong?" She said that she had been practicing this meditation exercise called Qigong in her room, not knowing that I was below in the house, and she sent all of the bad energy downstairs. And so she was convinced
thanks.
that was
Thanks a
why
lot.
I had a bad day. I said, well, next time you do that meditation exercise, you better check to make sure nobody else is home. Anyway, it was all good. But that was really weird and the only thing I had ever experienced on that note. All right, so we are getting some comments here. Tamrika said she thinks that she's always heard there's 7 years bad luck for breaking a mirror. Tamrika also said when things happen that are bad. They usually come in sets of 3. Bobby walks under ladders all the time. She said that could be the result of some of his bad luck. Melita said she doesn't walk under ladders because it's just not safe, not because of superstition. I like that response. Vicky does not have any superstitions. She also adopted a black cat, have had him for 6 years. He's the sweetest cat, and she loves him.
They are so sweet. Now I want to, oh no, I got to get my kids old enough first. I was like, oh no, I want to adopt another cat, but I'm going to wait on that.
You're gonna wait.
I couldn't even imagine bringing another being into our home right now. I'm stressed out. Okay, so Rhonda said, not really superstition, used to have an awesome black cat. She said she loved him. And Tamrika said, we have 7 solid black wild cats I'm trying to tame and take them to get fixed.
Wow.
Which is awesome.
Wow.
Jalen has 5 black cats, no superstitions, sweet cats who love her.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
All right, so that was our conversation for the morning. We will continue with our headlines.
All right, let's get to that. We have a lot to talk about here. Winston-Salem police are investigating a park shooting that left a man injured. Police responded initially to what they thought was a reported shooting at Reynolds Forest Drive and Waughtown Street. When they got there, they found a man in his car with a gunshot wound. Officers were able to find out the shooting happened at Quarry Park when the man said he tried to break up a fight and was shot. Police transported him to a local hospital. He's expected to be okay, and police do not believe there's any public safety threat with this.
We're learning more about a party in Greensboro on Monday night into Tuesday morning. Several police cruisers were damaged. Officers say they responded to the Province Apartments for noise complaints, but when they got there, they found about 1,000 people in the street. They say some people in the group hurled rocks and threw bottles at their officers and at their cruisers. They said they had to use tear gas and pepper spray to break up the crowd. Nobody was hurt, no arrests as of yet, but they are investigating.
A Forsyth County judge has appointed a capital defender to represent 47-year-old Jonathan Hayes. He is the former Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist nurse accused of giving lethal doses of insulin to 3 patients, 2 of whom died. He's charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and 1 account of attempted first-degree murder. The state said it could seek the death penalty in this case if he were convicted.
2 schools in Staley County are closed today because of RSV cases. Case numbers across the country have more than doubled in the last month, and it's putting a strain on hospitals, especially pediatric units. Cone Health says they have 72 cases at their facilities, and Novant said the same.
More than 1,600 kindergarten, 7th, and 12th grade students have not gotten the required immunizations they need to remain in school. Guilford County Schools says that this number is higher than what was reported last year, and they say access is a barrier, so they've partnered with the county's public health department.
In terms of accessibility, it's also just funding. And so we want to make sure that our students don't have to pay anything out of pocket, but make sure that they're located in convenient locations across the district. And another, just getting the information out. I think families want to make sure that their students can be in school, but they just need to know when and how to access those resources.
One way the district is doing this is by hosting mobile health clinics at high schools in partnership with the health department. This is the flyer for a pop-up event that took place yesterday. GCS is planning to host these clinics until every child is vaccinated. There's no cost to families, and they take place during school hours. Until the next clinic is held, the health department has open appointments at its Greensboro and High Point clinics. All parents have to do is call the number on the screen to schedule their child's immunization. And with the appropriate religious or medical documents, students can be exempt from getting immunized. The point is this: turn in the necessary forms whether you are or are not getting your child vaccinated. That's the only way they'll be able to return back to school.
All righty, let's check out that 7-day forecast. Some seasonable weather and some extra clouds building over the next couple of days, really right on through the weekend. We're into the cool mid-60s today, but with thicker clouds rolling in Friday and right on through Saturday and Sunday, we're looking at highs in the lower 60s. Now, there are a lot of activities going on across the Piedmont this weekend, and happy to tell you that it is going to be dry on Saturday and Sunday, although we'll have extra clouds and chilly low 60s. We'll bring in a shower chance for Sunday night and especially during the day on Monday, hoping that rain will be out by trick-or-treat time on Monday evening. It's going to be a close call, but stay with us and we'll continue to keep you updated.
All right, well, thank you guys so much for joining us on After GMS. We will see you right back here tomorrow.
And please join us on our main channel at 9 o'clock for the Good Morning Show at 9.
See you then.